my god, she's here! I see her!
Hello!
You remember how you showed me?
No, you did it wrong, because she has green bars on either side of her.
I know.
Because you didn't do it right.
I don't see the expansion.
The green bars are very aesthetic. They match my shirt and my plants.
They're not. They're not. This is not how they planned.
I like it. I think it looks fabulous.
There's 3 dots on her picture.
Yep. The 3 dots. Yep. It says meeting timer or hide the toolbar. So.
Well, we don't want you to go anywhere, so we're not going to hide the toolbar.
Yeah.
I'm like right in the middle, like.
Who do I side with? It's really nice to meet you. Oh, those 3 dots.
Nice to meet you guys too. Well, I guess I did talk to Doc earlier today while we were setting up and practicing. But hi, Lala.
Oh,
and hello,
3 dots. When you said 3 dots, I was looking for 3 dots.
It's so nice to meet you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you for having me on for some fun chats and hanging out.
Thanks for coming by. Oh man, family! It's a DE Danielle.
Guys, do you recognize this individual? Perhaps you may.
The most important thing that we have to start with is that we've met you in person once before at TennoCon 2019 when we were allowed to see people in person. We were just little guys wandering around, and then we're like, oh my god, it's Danielle, and then you spoke to us and you just changed our life.
Oh, stop.
Yep.
Yeah, you remember that, right?
I remember the absolute blur and just level of anxieties.
Oh yeah, that's what it was like for us too, for sure. For sure.
I definitely remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the time when we could all gather together in a huge hall with 2,000 people, just the chef's kiss of social events.
Yeah.
What a time! What a time!
What a time to be alive. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is that you have a jersey behind you.
Great eye. Yes, I do. I have one jersey here. And might I point your attention to, oh shit, where did it go? Hold on.
I am so pleased that there's a jersey in the background.
Yeah. So, I don't know why I threw this one outside of the room, but I also have a secondary jersey just to really spice up the hockey vibes in here, you know? Yeah. They had to make the font smaller for my last name to fit on the back.
They're not framed, Rack. You're right. It's not framed.
Apologize.
But you got to give her some. She's been there for like what did you say? A year?
For what? Sorry.
You moved into your house a year ago?
Oh yeah. I moved into this particular place like about a year and a half ago. So I bought my first home, so this is still in the early stages of like my decorating. This is the extent of it.
So yes. Rack, you got to cut her some slack because it takes at least 2 years for a Canadian to get a jersey framed.
Yeah.
Okay?
It takes time.
You have no idea what the lineups are like at the framing places for jerseys.
Hey man. It's a hot time for jersey framing.
It is.
That Christmas is coming up, you know, the holidays. Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that there are jerseys. That's like, to me, the ultimate.
I'm glad you like them.
Oh, Queen Pones a lot. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, Queen Pones a lot and her family.
Thanks, Queenie. Appreciate you. You guys, we're here with the wonderful DE Danielle. She's just joined us. We are going to be asking her a series of questions from the community. If you have a question that you want to ask her, pop it into chat, highlight it, and one of our mods will add it to the list for us.
Definitely highlight it. A very important question asked, though, and I do want to, it's important for me to know as well. When you moved into your home, you did christen it with a bag of milk, correct?
Yeah, so I bought 12 bags of milk that I cut the tops off of, and I sprinkled it in every single inch and room of the house.
Awesome.
And then we placed the bags ceremoniously, right in front of the door to greet you to this Canadian sanctuary. So this is the way.
That's awesome. It's nice that some people really stick to tradition.
Yeah.
You know, you don't say, like, honestly, it just seems like one of those things that you do, like, you put one milk bag at the door.
Yeah.
And that's it, to kind of signify that we used to do this.
Yeah.
But to see somebody fulfill it completely like this, this is the way.
Yeah, it is the way. It's the Canadian way. Yeah.
I'm so glad you agreed. to my Canadian traditions. This is
But just we have such an
yeah.
issue with a lot of our audience is UK and US based, and they can't wrap their heads around our way of life here in Canada. And I try desperately. I even bring people on who can back up my theories, or not even theories, but back up what I'm saying about Canadians, and they still don't believe me. So it's nice that we get that extensive proof, and they can understand that this is how we do.
Yes. I mean, bagged liquid is jarring. It is a jarring sight. So I don't blame anybody for being like, excuse me, you what now?
There's nothing yummy about looking at milk in a bag.
No.
And it doesn't sound right, and nothing. It's just...
Like, it is off-putting. I'll be the first to say it.
I mean, it's basically like you've taken the milk out of the udder and just put it in another udder.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it is. Yeah.
And then you have to like snip a tip, like you're snipping the nipple, and it's just so gross. And then it comes out, and it's like, I don't like it.
Yes.
So, guys, that's Canada. Now you know.
Yeah. Let's go.
So, now that we got that out of the way, because that was obviously the most important and biggest question that we've received.
Yeah.
We can move into a few other questions, but before we do that, thank you so much for popping in.
Yeah, of course. This is like a great way to, end my week, Friday, just hanging out with you guys and having some chats.
Heck yes.
And I love it.
So would you like to move into some of our...
Yeah, we have a very long list, and they're going to be scattered because I didn't have time to organize them. So this is going to be all over the place. I hope you're prepared for this journey.
Yes, I've spent many hours preparing myself spiritually and mentally.
I gave her a long list. I did the same thing to Reb. I'm like, this is what you're going to need to know. And it was extensive. I'm like, I grilled her on what she went to school for so I could ask specific questions. I'm like, listen, if you're not prepared for this, we're not having you on again.
Yeah.
And I just want you to understand that. And this will also blacklist everybody else at DE. So I really, I made sure that she was like pulling her weight and let her know what is on the line here on this Friday afternoon on a channel called Angry Unicorn.
High stress. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. At least you have something pink to fan yourself with. You're already getting brownie points. You're perfect.
Yes, perfect.
This is the first question. One of the first questions that came from chat. As you know, we all have moose that we receive upon birth. And somebody was asking if you could please describe your provincially sponsored moose and your relationship with him.
Yeah. Yes, Gus, my moose,
Gus.
Yes,
that's a good name.
Gus and I were paired at the very young age of 6.
Oh.
And, he was a lovely color. If you didn't know, moose, mice?
Meese,
yeah. Come in various colors in Canada, if you didn't know. And mine was a lovely auburn shade. And Gus is a character. I quite enjoy his company. And he has his own little room in my garage. Next to my powerlifting rack.
Nice.
You're not a savage like me. I keep mine out in the cold, and people like other Canadians in chat were really mad at me. So at least you're doing right by your house.
I named mine Lala and put her on camera. Oh, hey-o! Damn!
Oh my god!
Got him!
Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so savage.
Doc.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
That's savage.
This is how we show each other love.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to more serious topics.
Yes.
With you being such a lovely soul with a contagious laugh, which I'm already laughing. You're awesome. Has there been any moment during the community streams that made you laugh the most, or any moment that really stuck out for you as a positive memory while streaming?
Oh my god, there is just a plethora of those moments. I feel like there's not a stream that goes by without me just falling into like a cackling just spiral. But if I had to think of like one in specific, it honestly has to be the times where we've gotten a really inappropriate name as like a prize winner.
Yes.
Oh my god, hold on. The team literally wrote down and sent me a list of every single inappropriate like giveaway name I've ever gotten, and I really want to try and find that list.
Oh,
Hold on. I'll see if I can get
good.
them to send it to me. Do you remember?
That's amazing.
I love it. I love it. Please send me list of inappropriate names.
Yeah.
That's so good. It was
Turns out you can say shit on their channel, so I'm gonna read these on here.
one of the ones that got clipped on ours that I loved was Coxenormous. That was
Coxenormous,
that
yeah.
was a fantastic moment.
And
That's
yeah.
Soggy balls?
it's a great
No,
one.
I was thinking liches, but yeah, we had Cox and Norm, and then we had what else was there?
There's another one that was just so bad.
But they're fun. They are good though. They really they
are.
lighten every mood, and
Yeah.
they really,
I mean, there's nothing like having an innuendo just kind of pop up randomly on stream that you're not prepared for.
Yeah.
No.
And really gets me in the giggles, I tell you. So I have nothing but good fond memories of that. I'm trying to think of like other specific moments. Oh man. Usually like when we do prime time and whatnot and I'm off camera, like when we were in the studio,
yeah.
Megan and Rebecca are hilarious.
Yeah.
And there was that one time where Reb was playing as the stalker.
Yeah.
And the team that they were with, they were like working together with the stalker to complete the mission. And someone in the chat said, "Let's go home, Papa," and that sent me into an absolute just I couldn't handle that. So
That's
there's
beautiful.
just so many moments. Like how we've been like I've been streaming I think almost like 4 years now. So it's just like 4 years of just complete magic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dong awareness was another popular visitor here.
Yeah,
In
he
fact,
was.
there were multiple iterations of Dong awareness, so that and they put in these ASCII dongs in chat.
They did,
So it is actually
Oh.
like using text to make it a dong, and that was kind of neat until they kept.
Like 119.
Yeah,
Dong
just-
awareness 119 was too much.
And we're like, okay, we get it now. That was funny.
But,
oh my
no.
god. Dong awareness.
If you get the list, interrupt us. We'll keep going with questions, but
Yeah.
obviously we want to hear
Yes.
this amazing list of things.
I'm gonna try and look for it in our history here. I'll see if I can come by it. But yes, continue.
So how did you come to work at DE? Did you write an application? Were you like hunted by a lich, like a headhunter? This is the question.
Yeah, Doc and I were talking about this earlier. It was kind of a right time, right place situation, which is always the best. I actually was in university at the time, and I was in my third year of my program. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this degree. I was like, I don't know if I have a future, but I went to my internship coordinator and I was like, hey, I really want to work in video games. Like, are there any options in the city? And she said, oh yeah, actually, Rebecca, who works at Digital Extremes, she was from this program and I could like get you guys in contact together. And so it happened. I did a Skype interview with her because I was still living back home in Halifax, and I was like at my job in Halifax, like sitting on my laptop having an interview with her while I was working. And she was like, "Yep, we'd love to have you on." And then the rest is history. They liked me enough to keep me until after I graduated, and that was pretty much the move. That was how it happened. So nothing too fancy. But I had actually made an attempt before I went to my internship coordinator. I had met someone from DE and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I would love to work at a video game company. So I went into Photoshop and I made like a side scroller type resume, and it was like super long, and it started off like up like above ground with clouds and stuff, and then it went down to this like lava pit. It was basically this huge like PNG that I made of this like pixel-esque resume, and I never heard back from them. So he was like, I'll put a good word in for you, and then I never heard back until like I went into university. So
That's still so
Yeah.
cool.
But you got it.
yeah,
You got it.
So
I got it.
Everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You probably got
Exactly.
that interview the second time because they're like, we need to see who made that.
Oh, I wish that was the case. I put so much work into that. I was so proud of it. I was like, oh man, I don't know if they're gonna like this or not, but I'm gonna try anyways. Make a sweet little like Mario style esque resume.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
I remember
love
those days
that.
when I went above and beyond for things like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they'll really
Yeah.
appreciate this. Like, what the fuck is this? This somebody's this is terrible.
Hey man, if you want it, sometimes you really just got to put all the effort.
That's
in,
right.
You know?
Go for
That's
it.
right. You just gotta throw yourself out there.
Yep. So just so chat knows, we're here interviewing DE Danielle. We're not totally focused on chat, but if you have a question, type it in and make it highlighted, and we will make sure we ask Danielle.
That's right.
Okay, so this question is about how have things changed in Warframe or in the gaming industry in general since you started working at DE.
Oh, how things have changed?
Mhm.
Oh man, that's that's like a wide net question because I feel like there's just so much depth to how much has changed. I think I can only really speak to my experience. I would say since I started working at DE as an intern, like it was 6-7 years ago, I would say the interest in community work, I would say, became pretty predominant throughout not just my career, but I think just overall in the industry. And I think that's pretty telling in just even the live stream aspect of the industry and how much that has grown and how much attention's been given to the people who play the games from a developer standpoint. I'd also just say, like, in general, like the communication and the level of interest that devs have in their community and the people who play their games. I think that, I grew up playing games, but most of the games were single player, not online, and I had no idea that people made games. Like as a child, I was like, "Oh, this is just something I have."
Yeah.
And then growing up, playing games and being able to start to see interactions from the people who actually make these fantasy worlds come together, I was like, wow, this is really fantastic. And having worked of course with Warframe and that being a pretty big priority for us, seeing the industry kind of take off with that mindset, I think would probably be the biggest thing I've noticed, just like going from like my childhood playing games to now working in the industry. Which I think was pretty damn cool. I think it's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. It really is. It really is.
It's not something I ever thought that I would have as part of my professional life.
No.
Was this thing that in my entire life up until the last 3 years, I was told that I'm wasting my time and there's better things I could be doing.
Oh man. Yeah, I heard that a lot from my parents growing up. Not that they didn't mean well or that they were being malicious for any reason, but I would like sit in high school and like play like hours and hours of League of Legends and not do anything other than that. And then they would get like they would get mad at me for not coming to dinner, and I'm like, I can't turn off the game. I'm in the middle of a game.
What don't you understand?
Yeah, it's live.
Yeah, like there's definitely like generational disconnect there. But it's interesting how they have actually kind of like turned around on that too, because I'm working in the industry and they started watching documentaries about video games and taking like an active interest in it, because at this point now it's bigger than the film industry, right? So it's been interesting to see kind of also just that, I think too, to kind of see just to go back to the original question, just to see the wider public take interest in games has been really fascinating as well. I think games like Among Us that are more appealing to maybe the less like hardcore gamer crowd is something that kind of speaks to the legitimacy of the industry as a whole, and kind of finding nooks and crannies to fall into. So
well, I think they set it up in such a way too that they now have the ability to accommodate all levels of gamer, so that there's like entry level now, and there's like, as far as Among Us goes, there's accessibility. So not only can you play that and play a multiplayer and play with all your friends, but you can do it on your phone or you can do it on your computer, and it just opened up a whole new world of gaming to people who wouldn't normally game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really cool to see how it's kind of grown, I'd say, over the past 20 years. It's like the 20 years that I can remember of my life with games, you know? So
that's awesome. That's so cool to see that landscape shift. So there's a lot of questions about all the different things that you do at DE. So there's so questions about the streaming, and also very much about your time as Octavia
Oh.
How did
Yeah.
that come about?
Do you want me to start at the Octavia stuff, or?
Or like, yeah, no.
I'm gonna step in here and say
Yeah.
yes, because I want to
Okay.
hear I want to hear that all came about. Like, it's
Yeah.
interesting to me that they have these characters in their game and they're just like, hey, listen, person who works here also but doesn't do this thing professionally,
Yeah.
would you like to
Yes.
participate in this?
Yeah.
And I want to know about that, because you don't often hear about that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's like it's almost commonplace in DE in a way, because I think there's obviously a period in time, if you guys know a little bit about DE's history, where at the early stages of Warframe, like during development, they're like, we don't know if this is going to take off. This is
Yeah.
like our last chance to make something happen in the industry. I
Yeah.
wasn't around at that time, but in that case, there was a lot of people who were doing the voice acting internally, people who were maybe not professional voice trained actors were taking on roles, because DE at the time didn't have the ability to hire someone.
Yeah.
So I think that mentality has kind of stuck around. And I think, I mean, for Octavian specific, when they were concepting her, there was a point where, because she was a music frame, they were like, oh, maybe she should like do some dancing. And Jeff pushed back on that really hard for a while. He was like, we're not going to do dancing in the game. Like, that's not going to happen.
Oh.
And then, do you guys know who Skyers is? He's
No.
one of the artists on our team.
No.
So Skyers is an incredible artist. He has done the Korra Deluxe. He did Neja Deluxe. He kind of has been doing the deluxes for a long time. He's Korra's creator. I know, Lala, you love Korra, so he's like the creator of your baby.
Yeah, we need to be best friends. I need to meet
Yeah.
him.
Oh, so Skyers one day was like, hey, they asked, they're looking for people to do like mocapping for dancing, and him and I had like gone out dancing quite a bit, and he was like, I think I'm gonna put your name in for it. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay, like that'd be really cool. And then the animators were literally like sending me a message, and they were like, hey, we heard you were interested in doing some like mocap dancing. And I was like, I guess, sure. So I literally suited up, and I was in the mocap studio that was just like newly built in our studio, and it was super intimidating. There's like all this tech around, and I was in a full mocap suit, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna like let you freestyle it and do whatever you want, and we'll capture your dancing for 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like a 2-hour session, and there was 3 animators in the room, and they were like, what music do you want to listen to? And because Octavia has a specific BPM, I had to pull up music that I liked, but that was also in that BPM.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just 2 hours of dancing. And it was like, honestly, like a career highlight at this point.
Oh
in
yeah,
my life.
of course.
Like,
That's so
it was
cool.
amazing.
Now, do you experience dancing, or did you just like, was this just like improv? You're like, well, whatever moves come out of me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I had grown up dancing here and there. I'm not like, I don't have any kind of formal or professional background really all that much, but I love dancing. I wish I could go out dancing every night. Like, I miss it so much at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really just like, have fun with it and like feel it out. And the cool thing about mocapping is that they just kind of captured the whole sequence, and then they just pulled what they wanted from it. So there is more footage, there is more like dance moves out there, I'm sure, that from that 2-hour session that doesn't exist in the game yet, but
but they may.
Yeah.
They may. Actually, it's funny because Tim, one of the animators, messaged Megan and I secretly, I think, like behind Jeff or something. It was like, hey, I have all this extra footage. Do you guys want these to be more emotes? And you know the like leg tapping emote where she's just kind of like tapping her foot and like tapping her leg? Yeah, Megan really wanted that. She wanted the wallflower dance emote. The kind of like awkward, I'm not really a dancer, but I'm just gonna kind of sort of do some dance moves. Yeah, we added those in. So Megan and I chose out of like the rest of the bunch to add more emotes too. So
That's
that was like,
awesome.
I don't know, a couple years ago.
That's
but
so cool.
yeah.
And those are your
it was a fun
dances,
time.
the emotes. Are you?
Yeah, so Octavia's noble and agile animations set, that's all me, and all of the dance emotes are me as well.
So are we gonna get some kind of new, updated, crazy stances for Octavia Prime?
Oh man, I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, well, we have been doing like deluxe animation sets, like Cora has her deluxe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But so I would probably leave that in the hands of more capable animators that can make more like graceful moves and things that are more primed, quote unquote, because I don't think I have it in me to do like a primed move.
Well, I for one
No,
say that is not true.
That is not true. No.
Well, thank you, but
The
the pendulum dance, oh my god,
so
yeah.
good. Like the dance emotes are by far my favorite emotes in the game. They're
Yeah.
the only ones I use. Like,
Oh,
that's all that matters is the dance.
Oh, that makes me feel so like I feel like I mean it's so lovely to hear, but
Yeah.
I always get like flustered about it because I just think it's really sweet that people like them, and I even if people didn't know like that we actually mocapped this and like had a person actually doing it, it's just fun to see people enjoy them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
it's awesome.
Okay, so we'll wrap up what it's like to work at DE with this question. What is a typical day of work life at DE? I guess typical has kind of gone out the window since
Yeah,
COVID.
it doesn't not really applicable
Yeah.
anymore.
That's not. But what's it
I
like?
roll out of bed.
Yeah.
A typical day. Man, is there I feel like it's hard to say like what a typical day is at DE because I feel like things change so quickly in a day.
Is it fair to say that you just get tasks and you just kind of have to complete them day by day, so it could be something different all the time?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking forward to what's to come in terms of like updates or community events. For
Mhm.
me in specific, a lot of my focus is on like consoles, so focusing on like their updates and what's to come for them. But and then sometimes I'll get tossed like a multimedia task where I have to make an asset for a dev stream
Hmm.
or like a promotion we have going on. Like I just edited together a video requested by Reb that you guys will see maybe sometime next week. So it really just like it goes from any which way. It could also be from like looking for bugs and checking in on community feedback on things. So it there's a wide range. And also like the beauty of DE is that they kind of give you there's quite a bit of freedom if you want to take on tasks that you feel you have some proficiency in.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're interested in doing something and you have a good pitch for it, if there's kind of like a lull in your work day or work week, you can ask and see if there's interest in that and then like move forward with it. So it's pretty cool. It's typical is a hard one to like lock down because I feel like typical is just kind of like controlled chaos in a way.
Yeah. That's
You know?
awesome. That's awesome.
But
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I was just gonna say like controlled chaos, but it's all enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's just
You don't
Yeah.
get bored, I'm sure.
That's exactly it. It's not monotonous.
no, definitely not. I mean, there's always something to do, and
Yeah.
there's even if you feel like there isn't something to do, there's always an opportunity for you to kind of step up and do something if you desire. Because typically there's quite a lot of support.
Yeah.
From I mean, at least on the community side of things, having worked on the community team for almost 6 years now. So yeah.
That's
It's
amazing.
Awesome.
yeah.
Just a shout out to Spandy. Spandy, thank you for that raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome on in.
Thank you, Spandy.
Everybody who's come by and who's dropped those follows, really appreciate you. Really, really awesome.
Oh man.
All right.
I got like some names.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
My headphones gave out. Just a second. I can't hear you. There we go. We're good. We're back. Sorry.
Yay!
I missed what you might have said. I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
No, I didn't say anything. You're actually
Okay.
perfect. You got the name. So then, yes, we need to hear these names. These are the names of that have made you break a little bit while streaming.
There's a couple. So I was asking Bear about this. He was like, I don't know. He's like, I can't really remember most of them offhand, but there was one of them that was water farts.
Yeah.
Water farts.
You don't need
Water
this
farts.
prize, my friend. You're already winning.
Yep. I also had boner pants.
Nice.
Yep. That was an excellent one. Oh man, what else was there? Those are the two, like, offhand. I actually literally have the clip. I just found the clip of the boner pants one.
Yes.
Oh my god. This was
We've got people putting them in chat here. One is Major
Oh,
Maxi
really?
Pad.
Yep. They remember.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, boner pants was definitely one of them.
That's so good. Oh man, I love that.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
chaos.
I bet it was hard not to
chaos.
laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, it was impossible.
Ah!
Absolutely impossible.
Helen trapped you with a companion. I'll get you that. It says Trunks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like speaking of favorite names, have you come across any liches that have carried a name that you've enjoyed?
Any what, sorry?
Liches. Lich names.
Oh, I mean, like, Bip Bop is literally, I know that was, like, Rev's, lich moment, from Shy's YouTube video of reading lich names. But Bip Bop has, like, such a special place in my heart because I remember the stream where Rev was like, oh, Bip Bop is, like, is it actually, like, a real lich? And then I copied that person's account because they were in Twitch chat being like, that's my lich, I swear it's real. And I pulled up their account like on the test cluster and looked it up and found their lich and proved that Bip Bop was a real lich.
Wow.
So I think Bip Bop kind of like takes the cake for me.
Yeah.
I don't really I don't think I've really had any lich names personally myself that have like been, you know, top tier enough to say that I was like, oh, this is a memorable lich name. But yeah, I would definitely say Bip Bop is a good one.
He's right up
Yeah,
there.
we've come across a few spectacular ones.
Yeah.
That was what we were discussing earlier was Soggy Balls.
Soggy balls and ass put.
Oh wait, what? No,
Yeah.
stop.
Oh
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
SOG.
And then the other one I can't say on stream, but it's actually
there was
a racial slur.
Yeah, there was a really bad one.
Oh, actually,
We submitted it. Yeah,
Okay,
it didn't
good.
get changed. So we just don't use that weapon.
Fair, totally fair. I'm literally gonna like fire up my PS5. That's not mine, it's Taylor's.
So, okay, this is interesting that you brought that up because there's been 2 questions in chat about Taylor's PlayStation, and I was confused.
Yeah, I kind of want to know about that too.
Are you taking care of it? Is the major question. Feeding and cleaning it properly?
Yes, I not only did I get myself a Starbucks, but I also got my PlayStation, a PlayStation 5, a Cake Pop. I'm keeping it well fed and hydrated. But yeah, it's not mine. Taylor was so nice to let me borrow her PS5, which is her personal PS5.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one, I mean, like, I think there's only like a handful of people at work that have gotten their hands on PS5s. So she let me borrow it so I could use it for work purposes.
Wow.
And I'm gonna have to like give it back to her.
You.
Like next week sometime. Like I think the last stream of the for me for PlayStation streams is gonna be on the 15th. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye to this sweet tower. This
That's so tragic.
beautiful router.
Did you take it upon yourself to download anything else? Try any other games while you had it in your care?
I honestly feel like way too guilty.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, she let me borrow it for work purposes. If I use it for personal reasons, I feel gross about it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
You could like buy Cyberpunk digitally, play some of it, and then you could be like, but I bought it for you. I just happened to also play a little bit.
you know,
it could,
Lala,
like...
I mean, that was your idea. I'm just gonna tell her that Lala had this idea and I can say no to it. So I'll let that fall back on you, and she can't be mad at you.
She can't be mad at me. No,
she can't be mad at you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. So yes, my PS5 is Taylor's, but it is temporarily mine for now, which I've been quite enjoying. It's fun to have a.
What is there anything significant that you notice or that you enjoy between Warframe on PS5 and PS4?
Oh my god, the load times. It's funny how like it's subtle if you're not paying attention to it,
right?
I guess. But like just literally opening up the game, I'm like, I'm already in. Okay, cool. Also the DualSense controller, like the triggers on this thing are crazy. I had to actually like tone it down because I was playing with the Supra, and I was like getting like carpal tunnel responses to it.
So you were
'Cause it was-
finding the haptic feedback was really
Yeah.
something.
well, I like it was cranked up to like maximum settings,
Nice.
so you can customize that, which is awesome. But initially, I was like, damn, I was like, this shit goes hard.
Yeah.
It was.
Mhm.
Yeah, but in terms of just like how Warframe plays, yeah, it feels much speedier. We're using a whole new brand new rendering
Yeah.
system on next gen, which just makes the game look so lovely.
Mhm.
And like if you like roll up into Plains of Eidolon and you just take a look at just the shading and whatnot. I know this is very very cosmetic stuff, but in terms of
No, but
just
that's
kind
what that's what would naturally be upgraded
Yeah.
into the next. So
Yeah.
it's like that's the whole point of it is the beauty of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also just like having access to news posts on like your PS5 dash, some things that you would like have to open your browser for on the PS4, having that kind of already built into the system, and us having the tools on our end to publish like important news that we would want our community to know, having
Mhm.
that integral to the system is
Yeah.
really 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 awesome to have. So there's honestly lots that I personally quite enjoyed, just like from a player's perspective, but also somebody who's like working on the game. Like it's quite nice to have, I must say. I quite enjoy it. So
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
It's gonna be tough to give up.
yeah, yeah. I'm like I'm gonna cry over it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Shed a few
just-
tears.
Yeah.
Kayla, thank you for gifting a sub to Danielle, you big sweetheart.
I don't think it was Danielle though.
Oh, it
I
was
think
a
it was a random in hopes that it was Danielle.
Oh, it was a different
Oh.
Danielle. Well, the thought was there.
It was
and
the
that's what
thought, and
matters.
that's what counts.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey man. Yep. Gift away. This is the lovely thing about it, right?
Okay, all right. So there's a lot of favorite questions. So favorite Warframe, favorite weapon, favorite skin,
Okay.
all your faves.
My favorite Warframe. Oh my, it changes all the time. I feel like you guys asked this question to Reb too, and she also had a moment of pause.
Yeah, she had a few that she had listed. She's like, well, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
was-
changes with the seasons for
Yeah.
sure.
It was like a mom
Um,
trying to pick her favorite child, and I
Oh.
felt bad.
I know, this is the thing. I mean, I'm kind of biased by really loving Saren and Octavia. Saren is like my baby. She's like the Warframe that I kind of in a way started off with, like after Rhino. I was like, oh my god, I love this Warframe so much, Saren Prime. And then Octavia, I love Wisp. I love Nidus. I'm just gonna keep
Just go through the whole list.
I
I
love
also like there's
everyone.
Atlas and Ash, and I also
Oh,
like
man.
Rhino, and there's Bianchi. Yeah.
You gotta. I've been like working around being more comfortable playing like Baruch. I really want to get a solid build with Baruch, so I've been quite enjoying playing Baruch.
Mm.
And I also just recently got Protea, and she is so much fun.
Mhm.
So I think right now I would say like in terms of most played in the last little while, it would be Baruch, Protea, and Mesa Prime actually.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
listed literally like half.
I mean,
Half of them, yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I
Mesa-
recently really got into Protea as well.
You did?
I threw the
Oh,
what's it
Larva.
called on their
Larva.
larva on her.
Yes. Oh, you did.
I did, yeah, and that's something when you do that, and then you
Oh.
throw up your
Turret.
turret,
Yeah.
Yes.
and it just goes
Yes.
nuts, especially if you're with the infested, and then it's just like
Dude.
you go to
Slaughters them.
town. It's stupid, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh, what a great idea. You're just like, oh yes, implant all the Helmuth ideas into my brain,
Yeah.
please. That's so good. I'm gonna have to do that.
You
Sorry,
try-
Nidus,
it's
you're
amazing.
gonna have to go. Yeah, you're gonna have to go into the mouth of Helmuth.
Into
Yeah.
the wall you go, sir.
You go.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Time to become a flower.
mhm.
And then weapons. I think the Guanduo Prime, because it just recently came out, and
Yeah.
I've loved the Guanduo. And the new Cernos bow that just came out.
Yeah, the infested Cernos, right?
Yeah, the infested Cernos. I can't remember.
Oh, I just
There's so
leveled
many
it up
s-
yesterday.
Oh, really?
It starts with a P.
Yeah, probiosis.
Yeah.
Probiosis.
Probiotic.
Probiotic.
Yeah, probiotic Theranos.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's yogurt. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's infested, right? Infested things look yogurty, I guess.
Proboscis cernos.
Proboscis
Proboscis cernos. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
remarkable.
Literally in the description it says, drag them close before bursting them into a mess of diseased goo. If that doesn't say yogurt,
Yogurt.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
is
what
yogurt.
does.
Yeah.
That is immediately what I think of
Yeah.
when somebody explains it that way. I'll be like, you're talking about yogurt.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
obviously, yeah, stagnant milk
Yeah.
product.
That's what it is. It's gotta be.
Yeah, and then and then you said skin was another one, like favorite skin.
Yeah, your favorite skin.
Oh,
You have
the
one.
Octavia Maestra, the deluxe.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
That was a
Ooh,
gorgeous one. I barely play Octavia, and I bought that immediately after I got her. I was like,
I hear
can't
that
not.
all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, who just joined our team, he also sent me a message one day, and he was like, Octavia Maestra is like the coolest skin ever, and now I'm obsessed with Octavia.
Yeah.
So I hear this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's it reminds me of the Witchblade series. If you've ever seen, like, there's the comic version of Witchblade, and then there's also the anime version. It reminds me of the anime version a lot. So when I got it, I like cosplayed it and fashion framed it to be very Witchbladey. I was like, oh, this is delightful.
Nice.
Yeah. I
So
love it.
when you're not playing Warframe, which I assume is like 23 hours of the day that you are playing.
Yeah.
What are you, if you're not playing that, you're sinking your teeth into
Warzone.
Really?
Oh.
You're a Call of Duty fan.
Oh.
I did not anticipate that.
Yeah, I picked up Warzone like right at kind of the height of it, when it just like came out, and for like most of quarantine, Warzone has been like my safe haven game. Like, I duo with my friend James, and it is just like, I don't know what it is about it. I've never really liked BRs because I would get so frustrated in PUBG, just like getting sniped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then Warzone came around and kind of like reinvented BRs in a way, and just the little aspects that they added to it to kind of like freshen up BRs. It just like totally grabbed my attention, and I've been stuck in this like Warzone loop that I'm very happy to be in because I really, really enjoy the game.
I will admit I've dipped into it a little bit, and I do like the gulag, so you have an opportunity to come back. Like, that was a really neat mechanic.
Super smart, super smart.
Yeah, I think Call of Duty is very much in my rear view though. Like, I spent a lot of my time on the original Call of Duties, and I did them one by one. So like Modern Warfare 2, when those ones got big, and I just really kind of like overdid it. So any new Call of Duty games that come out now, I'm like, I want to play it, but it's just like an initial, like, I want to play it, but I always end up getting them if I do, and I don't play them.
Not enough.
Yeah, I can understand that. I know that like my biggest, I guess, interest point is always the zombie mode. For any Call of Duty games.
That's huge.
It's a huge, I remember like playing zombies like with my cousin and really enjoying it. So it kind of has a special place for me. I also played like a bunch of like CS:GO growing up too. So I think that my FPS like history kind of was founded pretty early, and was just kind of satiating that again. That's kind of been like my big focus game. But a lot of like, I watched the Game Awards last night, and
anything stick out to you that was like, god damn?
I'm trying to think of the Mass Effect like tease. Okay, I'm not like a huge Mass Effect fan, just purely just like, meaning I haven't really played a lot of it, but I think just like there's for some reason there's a nostalgia there for me, and to see the N7 pop up, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens with this, because just because it seems like a big opportunity for them to do like something really exciting and big for that community. So I don't know, we shall see. But I vocally like screamed because I was like, oh, this is like crazy. I was not expecting this. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Have you gotten into any of the really popular games lately, that like Among Us or Genshin? Have you taken them up?
I have played Among Us, yes.
Nice.
I mean, what else is there to say other than like it's incredible and they deserved all of the awards that they won last night.
We should
Genshin
arrange
Impact.
an Among Us. We'd invite Danielle and everybody
like
and play
DE
it.
Among Us.
Yeah, DE Among Us.
That would be hilarious. Everyone on the team is sus, so
Yeah,
it would be an
totally.
interesting
be
game.
Very entertaining to watch.
Oh man, yeah. This if you want a cast of characters, you got it with the community team. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact, though, I know that Megan picked it up. See, I have a problem with like MMOs. I don't know what it is. I've tried to play WoW. I've tried to play Final Fantasy Online. I've tried every like Black Desert. I've tried every MMO ever. I just can't get into them. Even the waifus are not like enticing enough for me to get into the MMOs. So.
We're the exact same way. Like, it's the enticement is there and we understand it and we're like, I get it. I understand. Like, this is exciting, but I can never get it. I think it's the you've gotten into Genshin, yeah.
I like aesthetic though. Like if
The
they're cute, then I'm like, I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense though. I mean, it's very like appealing because I can't like I'm trying to think of something similar to it has that I mean, there's lots of like anime aesthetic type games, but I feel like this one really spoke to the MMO crowd.
Yeah.
That loves the tasks and the questing, and I just get overwhelmed with it.
It's massive.
Like I will like here's my life with MMOs. Make character, spend 3 hours making character, love character, want to play character, get in game, don't want to play character anymore.
You're like, well, that's enough.
Well, then let me tell you, Cyberpunk is right up your alley.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I am a huge Witcher fan. So like I have a lot of love for CD Projekt Red. I'm also Polish, so I have like this like affinity for like a studio in Poland.
Yeah.
This love and appreciation for them.
I support you.
I do very much support them. And it's very enticing. I think I could get into that though, because I did play Witcher and obviously it has notes of Witcher.
Oh, so yeah, it really does. It's amazing what they've done as far as making it a first-person RPG. It harkens back to a lot of games that attempted similar things in the past, like Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex, and that series. But it also, it really, there's a lot of different aspects in that game that make it's not just a first-person shooter, and that's what I found. Like, that's actually takes a backseat. Is the shooting actually takes a backseat in the game, which is interesting.
Yes. So I've actually watched a lot of streamers play recently. And just to kind of get a feel for it, which is the beauty of when games release, and you can kind of like, get like a little sneak peek into the game and see if you would enjoy it or not. So I think I might pick it up. I think that might be like my holiday game. But I won't have my PS5 anymore because I'm gonna give it back to Taylor.
Well, from what I've been told, if you buy it on PS4, because it's not available on PS5 just yet. So I think it'll be one of those buy it on PS4 and it might be a minimal fee to buy it on PS5 again.
Right.
I recall mentions of that or hearing like whispers here and there, which would be excellent, and I think it would obviously be very beneficial to do. But I don't know. I also just love the cyberpunk. Oh, wait a minute, I have like a cyberpunk visor that Reb got me from, was it E3? I can't remember. But I do have like a cyberpunk visor somewhere, so I feel like the only thing I should do is, if I do get the game, it's
just
unacceptable
wear the visor.
For me. Yeah, it's unacceptable for me not to wear it while I'm playing. So
every time you have to.
Every time, yeah.
Or in fact, never take it off until you're done the game. Just live in it until then.
So
just literally an indent.
Like into your forehead. Like I even shower with it. I swear.
Oh my god. Hey, it would like I could also just like never take my makeup off because I basically have like a little rate, like a little
that would
umbrella.
be perfect. And then when you guys can finally go back to the office, you'd be like, "Hey, Reb, remember this? Reb, remember this?" and it's like bleached white. Can't even make out what it's like. No, remember? You got this. It's the best. Has anybody else played Cyberpunk?
It would be disgusting by the end of that, because that game is like what, thousands of hours
Yeah.
of gameplay.
Yeah.
I just got like this crusty, dusty visor on my face for thousands of hours.
So what I'm gonna do now, Danielle, is I am not gonna watch the dev stream for a few months, and then in a few months' time, what I'm hoping is that when I tune in, you'll either have this bleached white visor, or the lines on your head in where it was.
Yeah. Or makeup that you
Okay,
haven't
I need
taken
you to
off.
promise me.
Yeah, promise me.
The visor promise is set in stone.
There it is.
And there you go.
So we're being told that they are doing a free PS5 upgrade.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Hey!
Next year. So if you buy it on PS4, it's free on PS5.
Hey, after my heart, CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
After my heart. They heard the visor conversation. We're like, this girl,
Like, she's committed.
she's committed.
Yeah.
We have to do it, man.
Yeah.
We gotta.
So speaking of hobbies, besides video gaming, somebody wanted to know if you had mentioned powerlifting. I assume that was after they came into chat after you had already mentioned powerlifting. Is this something that you commonly talk about?
I don't talk about it ever.
Okay.
I wouldn't consider myself a power lifter by any means. I like weightlifting.
Oh, awesome.
And I've had kind of a rough month, so I haven't really been on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I find it super therapeutic. I think it's really important to take care of your body.
Yeah.
I think it helps with my mental health, especially nowadays. So at the early stages of quarantine, I decided I'm going to build a gym in my garage because I can't go to the gym. So I built my squat rack, and I have like bars and weights, and it's kind of like a nice little like gym garage sanctuary. So yeah, I would kind of treat it like more of a hobby than kind of like a than like a I wouldn't go to tournaments or anything like that. But yeah, it helps me a lot. I feel really good when I do it, which I wish I should probably get back to doing it, honestly.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And is there any hobbies that you, so powerlifting obviously is just something that you like to do to keep fit and maintain your mental health. What is a hobby that you enjoy doing? What is, like, aside from video game, like you're like, hey, listen, do you guys want to see my stamp collection, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say my hobbies kind of like come and go, but recently I've gotten back into painting. I really love painting. I do a lot of stuff around the house. Like, I really like house projects. Like earlier on this year, I put a backsplash with my parents in my kitchen, and I'm gonna be working on my master bedroom, painting, and also like building night tables and putting new lighting up and more like home decor type thingies.
That's awesome.
And I also recently got into like making resin, making like fun things out of resin.
Yes.
So doing lots of resin pouring.
Oh, my daughter would be like your best friend.
We watch
Oh,
way too
really?
many. Yeah, we watch so many resin creation videos, and I'm like, I can't get you resin.
And she's like, we just need the resin, and we can do this and make earrings and jewelry, and we're like, sweetheart, I don't know. I don't
even know
I mean,
how.
it's expensive.
Yeah.
But it is so satifying, and
that's what she says.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. I mean, you guys have watched the videos, right? You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, it's so nice to just like give us gifts and stuff, and that's kind of like what's been occupying my time recently, and also just reading a lot. Man, what else have I been doing? It's kind of hard. I feel like everything's just kind of a blur at this point. I also recently picked up longboarding. That's kind of a hobby I'm trying to get into.
Nice.
That's so badass.
Yeah. I don't have like all the proper equipment yet, so I haven't gone like super hard because I'm afraid of giving myself a concussion.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Also the winter.
Longboarding. Yeah, yeah, that too. But I'm like, maybe there's parking garages somewhere that I could like sneak into.
Practice. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
That's
yeah.
some neat stuff.
So neat. Do you have
Yeah.
a favorite resin creation that you've made?
I made in the summer, I made my friend, so I made her a kind of like a tray
Yeah.
that you can put your drinks on. So I made her that, a wooden tray, and then I made kind of like a pond scene. I don't have it with me because I gave it to her and she lives in the Netherlands now.
Wow.
But yeah, I kind of made it like a nice little pond
Wow.
scene where I actually used flowers that they had gifted me and I dried them out and like had saved them for months
Oh
to
my
make
god,
something
that is
with.
so cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so it was really like a very sentimental gift, and
Wow.
I was very proud of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really really fun to make and very therapeutic. So I'd say that right now is my favorite one, but I am looking into like making bookmarks to with some fun like maybe like nerdy stuff in it.
There we go.
know?
Now we're getting into the
So-
nitty gritty.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
great.
Bookmarks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bookmarks. Yeah, I feel like a nice like like handmade bookmark.
Mm-hmm.
would be
It
so
changes the
nice.
entire experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel it's just like it's if it's personal to you and you're reading like a lovely fantasy novel and you open it up and your bookmark is all like sparkly and like
Yeah.
very fairy-esque with dried flowers and stuff. I don't know. That's kind of what I want to start doing.
Adds to the experience. Yeah, no,
yes.
it's
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff locally that I know that you can if you were to sell that sort of thing, it
Oh,
is
yeah.
profitable.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel confident enough to kind of like to sell anything, but
Yeah,
I would
Well-
totally buy a DE Danielle
I would buy a
bookmark.
D,
Oh
D,
man.
D Danielle bookmark. I don't
So
even read
fast.
books,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I would buy
I-
3 of them.
Yeah.
yes, I heard of this. The non-book reading. You could use it as like I don't know, what else could you use a bookmark for? You could use it to like I don't know, like a fly swatter or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, and
there
that's
you go.
that is what I would do. Thank you.
Yeah.
There
Bookmark
you
your
go.
games.
I've heard of this. The non-book readers.
The non-book
It's like I've
readers.
heard of your kind.
I would just make you guys bookmarks. I would never ask anyone to pay for
Aw.
anything I make.
Well, we'll make you a bookmark too.
Yeah.
It's so kind. Yeah, that's kind of like it's kind of been the Danielle hobbies as of late.
That's so cool.
So
Yeah.
neat. Well, that's
Yeah,
that's
it's-
awesome.
Trying to keep busy, you know, it's
Yeah.
something you could really do, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we've learned it well.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are some
Hey,
pretty
yeah.
fantastic hobbies. Those are great.
So-
yeah, oh, I'm glad.
We have reached the end of the hour,
Mhm.
and I understand that it's dinner time for us Canadians.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But we absolutely appreciate
Oh, so
having you on. We definitely will be sending you that uni ducky through as we
Yeah.
discussed
Yay!
prior,
Yep.
so you guys can all cheers your uni duckies once you're back in the office.
Yeah. Cheers, your
Very
unique
exciting.
duckies. Like,
Yeah.
cheers,
Yes.
suckers.
Is there anything else that you wanted to ask our wonderful guest?
I only want. Oh well, there's this really important question that everybody wanted to know. Like, if Rebecca is Space Mom and Steve is Space Dad, can we all please refer to you as Space Auntie? That was the question.
Oh,
And is that
I
if
mean-
that's a comfortable?
She's like, this is the most why. This is a terrible question. This is how you wanted to end this?
Yeah.
I mean, Megan is also Space Auntie,
Oh,
so
yes. Mhm.
I feel like
Multiple aunties. Yeah.
yeah, I think I mean, you can have multiple aunts, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
I
true.
mean, I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Sweet. Good. Good.
Yeah,
we needed
totally.
that to comfort.
Glad
our
we had
hearts.
this conversation. That was important.
Whew,
Yeah,
it's like
we
an-
can sleep easy tonight.
Yeah.
There
That
you
was.
go.
I was.
Ever since we set
so
up this
nervous.
interview,
Yeah.
we're like, I'm so nervous about how she's going to answer this one
This-
particular question.
Yep.
What if I
Now,
was like, no, unacceptable?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I was
How
worried
dare
about
you?
it.
I guess it
know.
depends on how your exit strategy. Like, if you
Yeah.
just like clicked off and you were like out of here,
Out.
I would be like, that was awesome.
That was a badass exit.
Like that was
yeah.
so cool.
No. Oh.
I missed my opportunity.
You
but
did.
Yes.
You did. So now you
Yeah.
kind of just have to roll with it. Otherwise, it'll look
I
weird.
know.
I'm
rolling
glad you
with it.
didn't. I'm glad. I would have cried. I would have been really sad about that.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Oh, thank you so much for this. This was an incredible opportunity. We really apprecied having you and getting to
No.
know you.
And we would absolutely
Yeah.
two things. We would absolutely love to play Among Us with you,
Oh yeah.
and
That would be so fun.
and we would absolutely love to get bookmarks.
Yep. So these are the two things that we need to be in touch about.
I'm
Mark,
Let me
add to
just
her agenda.
get my book here and write bookmarks.
Maybe I'll actually start reading books now.
Well,
Hey.
yeah.
I have
Hey.
something aesthetically pleasing to look at while I'm doing so.
There you
I
go.
mean, that is the trick.
That is the
We've
trick.
learned. We have learned.
This is bookmarks that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside will
Yes.
bring the reading forward. You'll not be able to combat this.
You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna
Adam.
sit on the couch with a book and this
Yeah.
bookmark,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be sitting there, and I'll literally sit there for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna be like, she fucking lied.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like,
This does not make me want to read.
No.
She lied to me. She
Yeah.
lied to my face.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna like cast a magical bookmark spell on it, so you don't really have a choice. Sorry.
nice.
She's also magic.
She's also
Another-
magic.
OMG.
By the
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
guys,
This is
I'm
another one of my
magic.
hobbies.
Yeah.
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 Doc, ask her if she sings. Do you sing, Danielle?
I sing in the comfort and privacy of my own home where no one
Yes.
can hear me.
So the reason I asked is because every guest that we have,
Yeah.
it's become customary that I ask if they want to do a song with
Yeah.
me.
I think
Oh yes, I've heard
it
of
is
this.
customary, but I think in this case it might be more appropriate to ask her to dance in one of your music
That's
videos.
yeah. I need you to do the Octavia dance,
Yeah.
and,
Oh,
and only the
no.
Octavia dance.
Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks.
And just 2 hours of that, and then
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
No motion
2
capture
hours.
needed.
No. Yeah, 2 hours in a full motion capture suit dancing.
Yeah.
That I do not. I feel bad for whoever had to put that mocap suit back on after me. That was probably so gross.
Maybe they sprayed it. Well, we can just hope.
Probably.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so. They air it out a little bit. I don't know. It's I took it off and I was like, good luck.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.
See you later.
I want to say thank you to Will and Christy, one of our family members, who is the one who purchased you the ducky that we're going to be sending you to.
He did, yes.
So thank you so much, Will. Appreciate that.
Yes.
And a neat little tidbit too. During this stream today, we actually broke 6,300 followers.
Hey, congratulations.
We did.
Oh,
Nice.
congrats, guys. That's awesome.
And handshakes and hat tips all around.
Oh, all the hot tips. Yep.
Tip my headphones to you all.
You are an inspiration, I think I have to say, to many, many people, and to me in particular. And so this was just an awesome opportunity. So thank you.
Yeah.
You are a fantastic human. Your positivity and smiles bring joy to my life, at least. Yeah.
Lala.
Yeah.
Ah,
What?
I don't.
I was gonna
what
make
do
you
I
cry,
do?
and then you can leave.
I'll make it easier. Danielle, you're all right.
Yeah,
There you
right.
go. You're fine. That's
Balance
great.
that shit out.
Yeah.
That is honestly far too kind, and I feel very lucky to be able to just hang out with you guys and have some fun chats.
Yes,
and
yes,
good
this
time.
was awesome.
Yeah, enjoy your lovely personalities and your awesome community. Like they're
Yeah.
very loving and welcoming, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad I got to spend this hour with you guys, and I'm happy to do it again.
Yay!
Aw, awesome. Yeah,
Perfect.
fuck yeah. I can't wait to tell my mom.
Yes. Yeah, Mom. Guess what?
You don't know her, but she's kind of a big deal, and she said she would be on again. You said it should never amount to anything.
But it did.
Yeah.
It did.
Oh my god, you guys are great.
All right, guys.
Thank
So
you so
we're gonna let Danielle go. We're going to find somebody to raid here, and then we're gonna take off for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, we will.
Sweet.
We will.
Awesome.
I will pop over to the chat screen. Is that
Beautiful,
cool?
beautiful.
Danielle, thank you so much. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks again. Have a lovely night.
Good night, Danielle.
Take care.
Bye.